and welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue, Octane. We got some of the best analysis in the game, the world champ, Christopher Duarte, Parasite. We got the multi-world champion, a multi-champion, a legend, an icon to the quality space. Give it up for Patrick Price Aches. And of course, we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benjay Nassim. Gentlemen, how we doing? How we feeling? A crazy day of COD. A lot of matchups that went down that I think we predicted very wrong. And we got a lot to talk about today. Ben, how you doing? We'll start with you. You doing all right, Benjay?
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 Game 7s going on right now. Some Formula 1 racing this afternoon that was kind of exciting. And yeah, I mean, today's matches, man, I did not predict this day, bro.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are very shocked with how the results went. But what about you, Pat? How you feeling over there, Pat? You doing all right?
I'm feeling good, Tom. I'm preparing to talk to the crowd tonight. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those days of COD, bro. We've all been there. Like, It's just sometimes shit doesn't go the way of the favorites.
Yep, we definitely got a lot to talk about. What about you, Sam? Got the arms out today. How you doing, Sam?
Yeah, man, the weather's nice. Yeah,
Like
it was a good
that.
day, bro. It was a solid day today. It was definitely not as I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, I think I'm excited to get into it because I feel like a lot of these results were pretty crazy. What about you, Chris? You doing all right? I saw you and Sam going at it on the timeline today, Chris.
Oh yeah, I was just rage baiting, but honestly, I stand by my statements a little bit. But I mean, anyways, I'm good. Just gooning and giving bad COD takes. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
What the?
But I'm good.
What's wrong with you?
No, this goes back to the conversation we were having when you were muted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going
it was
on
a different
here.
You had to be there, Tom. We were talking
You
about
had to be there.
gooning.
If you know, you know.
What the hell is going on in here when I'm muted out? What the fuck?
Pre-flank discussion.
This is why I step away for 2 minutes, and this is what happens. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But yes, guys, we have 4 matches to go over today. We got a lot to talk about, so not going to waste any time. We're going to hop right into it, and then we'll give you our thoughts for tomorrow's matchups as well. We'll take a look at the standings, see where everything's kind of at right now, especially after today's results, and we'll have a good show. So let's get into it, and let's start with the first match of the day. We got the Minnesota ROKKR going up against the Vegas Falcons. We all know how important this win was to Minnesota being in the race for champs, and they lose today to the Vegas Falcons 2-3. Goes all the way down to a round 11, map number 5, where Vegas were able to close it out. We had a 250-81 in the first hard point, the red card, to go in favor of Minnesota. We all thought this was going to be a quick one after that. But then Vegas, with a big bounce back in a search, they win that one 6-4. Then they win the control 3-1. So now Minnesota, they got to fight back. They win the Vol hard point 250-198. And then we get ourselves to a round 11 on Rewind S&D, where Vegas were able to close it out. We'll scroll down, take a look here at the stat sheet. We got Estriel with a 1.06, Gio with a 1.18, Kenny with a 1.11, and Nero with a 0.94. On the other side, a 0.87 from Arcides and a 0.87 from Priesta, a 1.0 from Pred, and a 1.01 from Xnid. And we'll scroll down, take a look at the match MVP. It's going to be Xnid with a 0.77 in hard point, a 1.31 in search, and a 1.67 in control. A look at Xnid go. I think he's the only one from the original roster coming over from Saudi Arabia that's still standing, and he's performing very well. So shout out to Xnid. Crazy series. We'll start with you, Sam, at the bottom. We'll work our way up. What the hell happened to the Minnesota ROKKR today, Sam? What happened?
I am convinced that they made a deal with the devil in Cold War when they had that crazy reverse sweep to win their tournament, because these guys since then have had 0 ice as an organization, man. I wanted so desperately for them to win today. Not against the Falcons, but just for the champs qualification to make things interesting for the end of the season. And comparatively, this is supposed to be one of their easier games. So to see them lose it, they're not mathematically out of it, but you feel the wind go out of the sails a little bit for the champ streams for the ROKKR, unfortunately. But shout out to Falcons, man. Second series win of the season. Alec gave a pretty good post-game interview. I don't know if anyone in chat saw it. Gave me a good laugh, but yeah, man. Unfortunately, ROKKR just continue again to just not be able to close.
What did he say in his interview?
He asked the green wall for a follow 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the Green Wall was looking at this W celebrating. I haven't seen the Optic watch party or anything, but I'm sure they were cheering for the Vegas Falcons W today. But what about you, Duarte? What'd you think of the series? Minnesota come out and they get the loss, Chris. I know you know these guys. I know we think highly of these guys, but they have just no ice. They can't close series. What's going on, Chris?
I think highly of a couple of these players individually, but at the end of the day, like they just struggle to close things as a team. And like I'll still stand by it at the end of this season. You know, there's gonna be a couple of these guys that maybe get brought up in some of these rebuild teams, but it's just unfortunate that they just had no ice throughout the entire season. It's going to be the culprit of them basically missing champs. But I do want to give a big shout out to Xnid. He played fucking phenomenally in that S&D, especially that last one. The amount of times where he got into 1v1 square up gunfights with players on Minnesota that ended up shifting the tide of a round and won basically every single one was insane. He managed to shift a lot of the rounds in their favor. Same with Arcides. He won quite a big couple of 1v1s. But yeah, I mean, they played great in S&D today. We thought these guys were a one game mode, one map team, and at least they're showing that they got some life in them in some other game modes, getting that second win on the board for their season. So good on them. It's not really going to matter much, but on the side of Minnesota, man, I think it's just shock now. Like it's looking rough. They got such a hard schedule ahead. I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, this could have been like this could just be bad for like bro. This was such a bad loss for them. Like this was one that it was like they can't lose, and they just go out and they get bodied here. But what do you think, Benjay? I mean, obviously a really tough loss for Minnesota. Is it over for them, Ben, or is Duarte being a little dramatic here?
I mean, at least the Twin Cities fans have the Timberwolves, because man, the Vikings never have any ice. The Twins, well, they don't even get that far, and then ROKKR, man, I agree. It's just been the last two seasons specifically when this team has just gotten to these Game 5 situations, they've just lost. And I do think it's going to be really difficult. I think mathematically, at best, I think ROKKR would just be probably tied on points with Optic at the best case scenario, but that would require Optic to lose out, and they played well today. So I don't know. I think it might be kind of shocked.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking rough. Pat, you got any thoughts on the series? Minnesota ROKKR, they come out and they lose to Vegas in a map 5. What are your thoughts, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, I personally thought they were chalked before this series. Like, I didn't see a world where ROKKR was going to be able to not pass Optic and stop Optic from qualifying. I honestly, I mean, I know Vegas won, but I didn't mind this series because I had Kenny, Tom. I got Kenny in fantasy, and I thought we got a great series out of Kenny. Like a fantasy series, Kenny played great. He got me a lot of points today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a tough break. I don't like that round of that Game 5 round 11 play though at all. Like just fucking I hate when people play round 11s like that where it's just like a 50-50 risk. I feel like there's ways to play optimal COD and just smashing in. I hate that style. So I hate when round 11s also end in 2 seconds as well. So
yeah, we had the round 11 right here, and I mean, I thought with the way that the map was going, I thought they were gonna slow it down for round 11. Just like slow it down, try and play off like some info, like actually work like a proper round. But I mean, they decided to just hit this. They decided to try and hit this out, and Kenny ends up being in a 1v3 situation 15 seconds into the round. I mean, it was a blind counter, huh? From Vegas Falcons pushing this out.
Yeah, but you're telling me they don't have like their go-to, like you're in this situation, like their money in the bank strat. They don't have one of those. Like
this is how the whole game was going, bro. This whole map was just running at each other.
That's
over
what I'm saying.
and over
like
and over
round
again.
11, bro, especially in a series that, I mean, for them at least, this was a huge this was the way they had to win this to qualify.
Yeah,
I just don't understand like these risky ass plays in big moments. I would never understand it. Like there's always an optimal play, and that just wasn't it.
Yeah, this was a big round. It starts off, we could take a look at the last map here, kind of see how it all unfolded. Kenny finds a big win on the street here, and Kenny ends up ego challenge as well. He doesn't give a fuck. He takes down Alec, finds a nice big 2-piece on the round, and then Kenny rotates over with his squad, and he ends up picking up an ace in this round, actually, as P-Dog tries to make a play around the back, challenges him, down he goes, and you can see Xnick coming in for the trades. He finds one, but Kenny's there, and it's an ace for Kenny here as they lead here and go up 3-2. But then we get to the next round, the 3-2 round. And this is where this honestly, I really like the play call here from Vegas. They get some info, and they know that Minnesota ROKKR's kind of pushing through A and has middle control. But look how the Vegas Arrows react to it, right? They get the info, they immediately start getting aggro to B. They don't waste any time. And you see them getting that B bomb control. You got one guy trying to wrap all the way back. That's Geo, but Vegas just doing a great job getting that bomb down and getting control of this B site. And then once the bomb goes down, I mean, they get themselves pretty tucked into a good setup here. I just like how they kind of get proactive. They bounce back. They don't just sit on bomb and just get picked. You can see the card coming in from Kenny, get some of the info. But Minnesota, they try pushing out this site. They try retaking Priesta and Exit. I love the late pinch from them. Just getting proactive on the map and just waiting for those timings. I thought it was a great play call from Vegas to just hit that at the perfect time. Great plays. From the sub players there.
I don't like the way Minnesota played that.
What talk to me, Duarte? What didn't you like?
Geo has all the information that they're either trapped on site or backed up into spawn. So you know they're either going to literally sit back by the truck or they're going to flank. Their best play is either to play for this pinch or to literally just go and pinch them, like re-pinch it and sandwich the site. They end up just like trying to take one side and they just run into a blender. And yeah, you know, Falcons made a great play. They got a good timing, but Geo should have all the information they need to know that a play like this is potentially coming. Yeah. Like there's no other play they're going to do, you know what I mean? To retake. Cause they're not just going to sit on their side of the 18 wheeler. That's death. They lose. Like, I don't know. It didn't make sense to me.
I agree. It seemed like they weren't really prepared for it.
And they gave up B a lot, Tom, and I was not a fan of it. They gave up B a lot.
Yeah, what do you think? What do they think? B's just an easy retake or something? Or maybe they just don't want that. They probably just don't want that A bomb going down because that A bomb, bro, if that A bomb goes down, it's so hard to find players. There's so many check spots on it, and so many different corners and crevices and different lanes you can check. But this round, AG just runs up the middle of the map and finds two. And then he actually wins the ace here. But how did AG find two here off the rip? Did they line up for him? You can see him on a minimap number 7. He just runs at him and just guns these guys down by the blue hole over there. He's just finding a big 2. I don't know what happened there with Minnesota. And then AG rotates back over to the right side of the map to this P4 hard point. And he gets the job done. Gets a nice cleanup kill. Estrio tries to make the play. And then you can see AG. He comes swooping in. And actually, I don't think AG got the A's. I think P-Dog got the last one. Yeah, P-Dog did get the last one. But good plays from AG. He got 3 in a round. Phenomenal plays there coming in from Pred. Then we get to the 4-4 round. And this is just a lot of trolls, to be honest, in this round. It's 4v4 situation. Minnesota's going to get the bomb down. Estrio finds one. Exney gets in there. Able to get a blood. Now it's a 2v3 situation. I don't know what Estrio was chowing there. He ran away. It's just so many solo chows coming in from Minnesota. Now you got Geo trying to make the play. You can see they're just running around in circles here. It just seems like Minnesota didn't really have a plan here, but they do end up winning the round. Kenny with a big play there. Yeah, if Exnid, who's in a 1v2 situation, and Minnesota just doing a good job playing the clock. This is what I mean about this A bomb, right? Like, you get this bomb down, it's so hard to actually find these players and kind of find out where they're playing or how they're setting up. I feel like it's just so random. Like, people are everywhere. And then we get into the last couple rounds here. We already saw the round 11, but we get into the 5-4 round. This is a crazy map. This is very, very back and forth. This is where Vegas were able to tie it up. And they do this just by... This is what I wanted to see in the round 11 from Minnesota. Just like slow playing a little bit. It's kind of what Vegas is doing here. And just kind of playing off that info. Because as soon as Vegas gets the info, they realize nobody's in A. They get the bomb down. And again, this is just a scenario you don't want to be in. You don't want to be in a scenario where you have to retake A bomb. And it's just like... It's kind of hard to find where these players are. You can see Exton making plays around the pinch. And... they're just working together here. Nero trying to make a play through 10, and he gets taken down. Just good plays coming in from Vegas to play off that info again and get that bomb down until we get to the round 11. Go ahead, Duarte. You got something
I was going to say, why even run at them in gens? They have to come out and check bomb. Like, you had a little bit more time there. Like, you should wait for Kenny to get control of where he was going, like around the hole. He basically has coverage around this elephant area, and then maybe you just stick the defuse and try to, like, play off that. But, like... Nero's just running into gens by himself, and again, he just gets picked off. I picked off again. I think it was by Exnid. Exnid's just winning like every crazy 1v1.
Yeah.
Like they're just, I don't know, the way they play that map. Like they just do so much shit solo, and it bites them in the ass. And also, like, even though Kenny ended up hitting the route anyways, Kenny was P3 for so long. He has all of that information that street is clear. If he was more proactive on that and maybe got there a little bit quicker, it probably would have initiated their play quicker.
Yeah.
He ended up backing up and then re-hitting the street for whatever reason. So he's also late. They're just doing so much shit that doesn't need to be done and not capitalizing on information that they have in a lot of the rounds.
Yeah, I mean, we just took a look at the map 5. Pat was talking about the round 11, so we kind of started with the last map. But I do think this map number 2 is where Minnesota throw it away. They're up 4-1 here, right? Like, Minnesota should have went up 2-0 in this series. Like, they should have. I don't know what happened here in the search and how they were able to throw it away. I mean, Ben, you were watching the breakdown live with us. I mean, what do you think went wrong here for Minnesota? How were they not able to close this map out? What did Vegas do to bring this one back?
I think there were a couple of rounds, probably 3 rounds, that Minnesota just didn't close. And we'll kind of go back and watch through it. But it was just kind of disappointing to me because, like, you had these guys literally on the ropes. You knocked them down. And a couple of clutches gave Vegas life in a series that was looking like a fast 3-0.
Damn, look, I'm getting fucking advertisements.
Bro, it's because they don't do anything together. They'll get bloods. Like, you watch a team like Miami, who's like one of the best search teams we have right now. They get a blood and they group. And they just make sure that every single kill that they possibly get is going to be traded. Even if they pick the wrong route, they're together and they're just going to be successful off that. You see Minnesota, they get a blood and they continue to stay separated and literally let Vegas, for example, pick them apart every single time. That's why they...
What happened right here? Yeah, what happened?
Look at this round.
Gio's on semi-automatic.
No. This round...
Gio's got single fire.
This round is unacceptable because they see the hard B and you're telling nobody picks up closet. I know it's a fast rotate right after that. Like, number one's got to scramble it in. But look how he slides too. I don't know if he gets a bad call it or not, but like, he doesn't get across in time. They never pick it up.
They just didn't pick it up. I mean, they have all the info here.
The guy inside just got to back out then. If your teammate's trying to get there in time, he's got to play safer then.
Yeah, because like Nero gets all the info. And they get a blood. Nero gets all the info. They get a blood. Estro, I mean...
Estro just got to get out of there, bro.
Yeah, he can't really... he's in a weird spot. I feel like his team just needs to help him quicker. I think it just took him so long to help.
Yeah, he's also just like not really sure where they're like for sure going to be because he kills the guy outer. And if he's either trying to get out or he just pushes his known variable. Like, he just cleared outer, so just run around, take that space, and make them so that they have to turn. Like, I don't know. Their communication and search... Like, the information they get, they don't know how to utilize it, and that's why they just throw away rounds because they give teams opportunity to make plays.
This is another round right here, 4v3 situation, and Ezreal gets picked by AG. Then Nero tries to make a play, he gets traded out. Now, which was once a 4v3 ends up being a 2v2 situation here in Vegas. They end up winning this one as well. You see Kenny, he's able to get one, but Alec with the big 1v2 clutch here from Arcides. Phenomenal play from Alec. Good to see Alec.
You guys want to hear a crazy stat? I just looked it up. The ROKKR this season have the 3rd lowest first blood percentage, but they have the 2nd highest first blood win percentage, only bested by Atlanta FaZe. So weirdly, actually, in search, that's kind of odd, Chris. I guess weirdly in searches on the whole, they've actually been fairly clinical when they get blood. So this is just
not lately.
Not lately. I guess it's kind of crazy.
Not in this series. I don't know.
At the literally worst time when they need to be clinical, it's just completely fallen off the cliff for them, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they don't even have any ice. Ben, how many times have we talked about Minnesota in a game 5 and they can't close it out?
It's been 2 years in a row. I mean, a lot of different players have gone through that, but yeah, it's tragic.
Well, yeah, Minnesota ROKKR fall. Now they got a tough schedule coming up. But they get nuzzled here against the Vegas Legion. Obviously, the hard points are good, but you got to be able to win S&Ds. You got to be able to win a controller. You take one of those game modes if you want any chance of winning this, and they end up just throwing it away. You guys got any other final thoughts here with the Minnesota ROKKR in Vegas?
The only thing, and it doesn't really matter, but like Vegas started out as like an only hardpoint team, right? Like they were just good at hardpoint, but now they're net slowing people. That's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah, that is just what a weird day at COD, bro. These guys look so dog shit in those 2 game modes, and like came out to the controllers actually very critical on them, and they showed insane ice in the searches. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, definitely an interesting series as the Minnesota ROKKR fall. But nobody else? Any final thoughts, Sam, Chris, anybody? Okay, let's move on to the second series of the day. We got the Carolina Royal Ravens going up against the Boston Breach. Man, did this one get Duarte going? Carolina take down Boston 3-0 after having a disaster clash yesterday. Carolina win the first hardpoint skyline 250 to 240. a close one there to start the series. And we get it to a red card search, 6-3 there for Carolina, and then a 3-1 win into control. We're definitely going to have to watch back the ending of that first round of the control. Probably the craziest shit I've ever seen in control. But easy 3-0 here for the Carolina Royal Ravens. Super clinical for them. We'll scroll down here, take a look here at the stat sheet. It looks like it's Snoopy keeping Boston Breach from a red carpet with a 1.0. Barely going positive here. You had a 0.88 from Purge, a 0.66 from Awakening today, and a 0.86 from Cammy. So Boston Breach is really struggling. On the other side, you got a 1.35 from Dylan Rex. We love to see that from Dylan Rex. We know he came into this roster midway through the year. I feel like... he's been kind of going through it a little bit, to be honest with these guys. I feel like the last couple series for him, he's really been kicking up. It just seems like he's getting more comfortable, in my opinion. Then you got TJ with a 1.25. He's been unbelievable. You got a 0.98 from Slasher and a 1.14 from Gwyn, who looked like he had an AR out a lot today, which is interesting. I think we should talk about that. But we'll take a look at the match MVP. It's going to be Dylan Rex with a 1.24 in Hardpoint, a 1.5 in Search, and a 1.43 in Control. Great series from Dylan. Pat, we'll start with you on this one. Carolina, they come out. They get a 3-0 victory. They looked terrible yesterday. But I don't know. Today they flipped the coin and they got the better side of the coin today, Pat. What happened today with Boston? And tell me a little bit about this series, Pat.
I mean, they definitely flipped it. But, dude, like we've talked about it with this Boston team. They can never have games where fucking everyone plays decent. Today, Wake just got fucking world starred. But I will say, Tom, on this Carolina front, I think I'm subbing in Rex on my fantasy team. I think I've seen enough. He's had 2 series now back-to-back where I thought he played extremely well. And I'm out on Nasty, and I'm in on Rex. I'm making the call for Major 4.
Damn, you had Nasty in this week over Dylan Rex? That's tough.
Yeah, I was beating Chris by a landslide, and then Nasty had to play a series.
Who's your other rest of your fantasy team?
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's Kenny. It's Simp, and it's Real. I'm not worried about the rest of them. But yeah, I mean, look, Carolina, for whatever reason, looked good. And I guess this is the time you want them to look good. Although that fucking control round is something that absolutely should never happen.
That was one of the greatest control rounds I've ever seen in my life.
They're still horrible at the moment.
Bro, I'm mind blown. Like, okay, happening to Gwyn. Like, if it happened to like a Gwyn team, a Dylan Rex team, a TJ team, whatever. But Slasher's got to know better, bro. Those rounds can't happen, man.
Nah.
They can't bro. And he was the one who chowed, too. Like, bro, they had 40 seconds. A guy died. Yo, just wait. Let's wait 1 second. All right, all 3 of us here. All right, go. We win. I couldn't believe it, bro.
Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look.
I'm disappointed in Litico for that.
Oh, we're talking about it. We'll watch it. But what about you, Benjay? What you think of the series?
The vetoes were a little bit interesting in this one. Boston banned Hacienda Hardpoint. I think I maybe kind of understand the logic. It could be scrim focus. I think both teams have actually had a good record on the last 2 stages. But that ended up kind of potentially putting that red card in angle. We didn't really get there, but I thought that was an interesting veto. I thought Carolina and the world change really kickstarted these guys. I know Dylan had a really good series yesterday, but I think especially Teej had a really good day today, and I think if this kind of new style works, where Gwyn's playing a little bit slower in the AR, and they're kind of more in tune, focusing trades. Yeah, they're still like dog shit at control. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but the S&D was very clinical out of them on that red card, one of the cleaner red cards we've seen from them in a while. And yeah, this hard point was. Map point was pretty awesome on Skyline.
Yeah, there's a couple of mistakes in that hard point I want to take a look at while we watch this crazy round for the control. But matter of fact, as we get to the ending here, let's just talk about it for a second. I mean, take a look. It's a 2v6 situation. It's Cammy and Purge versus the Carolina Ravens. Purge finds one, but he's quickly taken out. And now Cammy is left in a 1v5. Picks up the trade. Now he's in a 1v4. Guns one. Gun slashed at the bed with the headshot there. Then he finds another one. He knows he needs to get this kill fast before the other guy gets into the play, so he makes his move. He takes him out as well. Down goes Dylan Rex. Now it's a 1v1 situation. Cammy gets tagged up by Gwyn, but he eagle chows it, and he rips off his head. A 1v6 in the first round of control. Not like it mattered, because they got slammed after this, and they got 3-0'd, but
Which death do you guys think was the most egregious in that situation?
The second. It's always the second.
I think Dylan's is just as bad.
I think Dylan's
Which one was Dylan?
the worst.
He's the one that dies second to last when Gwen's coming on spawn.
they're both bad.
They're both
He
bad.
was already pushed up.
This is fine.
Like,
This one,
after
this
he's-
one
he should
won't.
not be
After
sliding on a
should
point
group
here,
up.
bro.
After
Oh,
he
yeah,
should
that's
group up. They
insane.
got-
No,
they got
him
50
sliding on the
Bro,
point here is
the
trouble.
way I play COD though, it's always the second guy's fault because the second guy has the information to know what to do.
And then the third
Like,
guy lost composure that the first
Yeah, yeah,
And then the fourth guy
Yeah,
got
and
gunned.
Austin's probably saying, "One shot. He's one shot."
yeah. That was the
Nah,
problem is they all made him weak.
I think
Yeah,
Dylan, listen,
they
had
all
50
played that poorly.
They had 50 seconds to work a trade together, make sure that they, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he just,
Yeah, that was
they were
Nakabogo.
just
Got a little
seeing red.
overzealous for sure.
They won the round. They won the map though. Go
Yeah, they
Falcons,
won a map.
back.
They won a map. It was just
Yeah,
crazy. We had to
Austin
pull it
scored.
up real quick because that was just fucking insane. But Duarte, what'd you think of the series? Carolina, they come out. They look better. Tell me a little bit about your tweet too. I know you had some. You feel some type
Oh
of
no,
way about
I was
it.
just teasing because at the end of the day, like there's times where we'll talk about certain teams like they're a bottom 4 team, and sure, we're not going to celebrate a team beating the top 6 team, but at the end of the day, bro, like someone's got to be mid, and we can't like just say a team is fucking the world's worst shit when all they're losing to is fucking not FaZe, Thieves. Listen, Ravens not the best team in the world, but with Rex, if they continue to make improvements, maybe they can potentially get over the hump and upset a team that isn't Thieves. Because let's be real, it does not look like they're ever
Bro,
gonna get over that hump.
Obviously, in a 12-team league, someone has to be in the middle. The problem is that every team should be aspiring to be in the top.
Oh, no,
That's
I
what
agree.
we don't have, bro. We have people that are like content and complacent with just like, oh, we're not the worst fucking 4 in the league. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, people are gonna place in the middle. It's just always gonna happen. But all 12 teams should be wanting, and this goes from the C-suite executive level to the players to the coaches. They should all be wanting to be a top team or the best team. The fact that people are as complacent or they are is the problem, and what they get called out for. Not making changes to improve when we know your ceiling is fucking top 8 is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think now with the way Dylan Rex is playing, I guess maybe you could argue that Austin is going to be the first one to go if they ever make changes. Some people say the sub duo is inconsistent, but at the end of the day, their ceiling is just higher. But thing is with Austin is he brings that leadership to them, and who knows, they might value it, they might need it. We don't know what their day to day is like. Granted, his performance isn't always the best. He did have a stage where he was pretty good for their team, and he's been all right for them on LAN when they aren't playing the Thieves. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see Dylan Rex play well. I was hoping he would because he had a rough first couple games because he was playing Thieves and it wasn't looking good, but he stepped up and, you know, Teej is looking good too. So, I mean, this is their formula. If they want to make any sort of a run, they got to get the 3 youngins basically firing on all cylinders. And they managed to do it today. On the Boston front, I mean, they're just inconsistent. They're just as inconsistent as fucking Ravens or any other team in their situation. Snoopy was dirt shit last stage, and he played okay here, but the rest of them and Wake, they got fried.
My chat was trying to get me to take a maps 1-3 on a Wake day. Thank God I did not do that.
Yeah, it would have been
Thank
bad.
God I did not listen to fucking chat.
What about you, Sam? What'd you think of the series?
I like to see Dylan turn up, man. He's looked great since the major now. I think back-to-back days, he's been fucking insane for them, which has been really cool to see. I was really just going to bring up the Gwen thing. He's been using an AR a lot more, I noticed, the last 2 days. So I guess that was something they were focusing on in practice to maybe improve pacing or just how they viewed respawn. And it seemed to be working a little bit. So hats off to them for that. But yeah, I mean, this was like just the absolute battle of the mid top 6 teams. And the coin flipped towards Ravens today. So
Yeah.
I think Ravens are just a little bit late to that sort of style because I remember TJ was complaining on Twitter about how he can't wait for the next update because he wants Long Barrel back on the sub. So I think they've gotten a little impatient and they're kind of waiting for that update because I think with Tej and Gwen, they both probably missed that old sub. They were good when the old sub was like in its best form, and they started like, you know, downtrend whenever the sub got its attachments removed.
I wonder if it's going to come back to bite them when the update hits and they like maybe using reinforced again and they just like immediately go back to what they were doing before.
But I don't even think reinforced is going to help it. I like be as good as it used to be. Reinforced is meant to mitigate the range change that is happening with this current patch. So it's going to feel relatively the same to the current patch, unless they throw in a compensator or maybe go all the way back to long barrel and compensator, which I don't think they'll do. I don't think it's going to really impact the meta much. It's just going to make it a little bit more playable for the people that are already playing on this patch.
You think
You
that's
know
why
what I'm saying?
Gwen's running an AR more? You think he just hates the sub? Or do you think that was like a team thing? They were like, "Yo, maybe you
It's
should."
probably just like a team thing for the pacing that they had in Respawn or something. Maybe they just noticed that they played a little bit better whenever he had an AR out.
He's
The
still
AR
running a
just
sub.
fucking-
He's just been
The
switching.
AR just fucking shreds. You guys see the kill that fucking Metals got
I
on
got it
Dan
written
Ghosty?
down. We're gonna take a look at that. I got that shit written
Of
down.
course we are, but the hundreds of crazy
You
kills
know
that
what
happen
I
with
mean?
subs, we just glaze over.
Yeah, okay. No, it's the opposite. We never talk about it the other way around. It's always the subs getting cooked.
Part of the propaganda coming from this show.
Absolutely. I do want to talk about some plays in his hard point. Let's hop on over to the skyline for just a second, okay? We got a P4 hill, ladies and gentlemen, and take a look at the Boston Breach. You know what? Fuck a rotation, right? I mean, who needs a rotation when we can all four just hit hold and pick up a big whopping 8 seconds there? Phenomenal place from Boston to not rotate and play map control at all. Because then Carolina, because of that, go on a little bit of a swing here. You could already see just the rotations coming in. And as we let it play out, I mean, the map just completely flips. Carolina gets some time on his P1. They get a lot of time on P2. And they end up taking a lead here by a little bit of a margin. What was that? From the Boston Breach? What did it?
Dog shit play.
Baited.
That was dog shit. That pissed me off because I feel like this is just what we see with the mid pack. We're in stage 4, right? If we're not rotating in stage 4, chalk it the fuck up, man. What are we doing? It's stage 4. We've
But
already
they
had
get
3
along
majors.
so well, Tom, and the culture of the team is so good.
They
and
get along
they're
so well. Blah, blah, blah.
overperforming.
Look at this shit. They had a lead, and now look, they're in a fucking blender because none of them, they all refuse to rotate. That just pissed me off. I feel like at this point of the game, we shouldn't be having moments where people are not rotating like that. And then we get to the end of the game. Boston, they do bring it back. They get a lead. But, oh, no. Less than 20 seconds to go on old. Carolina can't win here. All Boston needs is 10 seconds. Shit, make that fucking 12 seconds on old. The whole Boston team hits the hill again. Nobody rotates the kitchen. Boston end up flipping out. And then look at how this plays out. Win gets there early. Slasher gets there early. The kills go down. And Boston's put in an absolute fucking blender yet again. These cats don't want to rotate in stage 4. What's going on?
They're losing their heads in matches, Tom.
Are they losing their fucking heads? I mean, this is just, come on, man. What are we doing? Hit a rotate. Get a nice setup and close the game. You only need 10 points. You can see Carolina. I mean, they clutch up. They clutch up. They're able to win the fights, flip the spawns. And Carolina were able to close the map. You guys got anything to say about that? Or is that just kind of fucking Jesus?
No, that was just look like a match blackout. I don't. Yeah, there's not much to analyze on that front. They'll tell you they fucked up as soon as they look at that.
Yeah, that was definitely tough. But then we head over to the S&D, and a little highlight here from Purge. Purge with a 1v3, able to find one on a bomb, takes out that pistol, finds another one, slides the corner. Take care. Brush your hair. A big 1v3 coming in from Purge. I just wanted to show the highlight. There was somebody in the chat spamming. Show the Purge 1v3. There it is. Purge making absolute fucking plays here. But I wanted to talk about the 3-4 round. I thought this was the most important round. This was an opportunity here for the Boston Breach to tie things up. And Carolina with a great retake here in the 3v3 situation. You can see Boston all in this B-bomb site. Bomb goes down, 3v3, and look at how Carolina is able to break on in. You got one guy slow playing the front, that's going to be TJ. You got 2 guys going around the back, Gwyn and Slasher. And look what happens next. You have Boston just corner camping in here. Slasher finds a big blood, which I don't know how Cammy's getting picked. He goes down. Slasher finds another one on a Purge. TJ slides the corner. And Carolina with a clean retake. What happened there? This is a big
Where was
round.
Cammy?
How is Cammy holding this? They just fucking.
He's on a
He's
bomb.
facing the other way, which is weird.
He's on his back is completely exposed to the back spot, to the back of the spawn.
I don't ever see his body on Snoopy's POV.
You know what's
which
crazy?
Is I don't
He's
see
on,
it.
he's on the pillar, right? That like post
Yeah,
spot?
but he,
Maybe.
I mean, he's
I'm
getting
curious. I'm curious because you don't see Austin's. You see Austin's arrow, but you don't see like his hologram. Did he mantle on that small little desk thing and look through the door and like get elevated? Because I think if you go to you'll see Cammy's dead body as you play this clip. He was like laying prone by those chairs and like turning his back and forth.
How do you know
You'll
he was
see it.
laying prone? He's not laying prone.
Well, it looks like he's laying prone or crouching.
Right.
No,
No,
he can still turn his body like the supine thing. It looks he's either laying prone or crouching. You'll see it when as the round goes in, as they finish this round. He was like right by those chairs. So I wonder how Austin got an angle on him. You'll see it right here. You see his body right there?
Yeah, but he's dead. So that's why.
Yeah, I know. So like he could have been crouching there or prone.
I think like Duarte. Look at his arrow here as he's going left, right. He's strafing right now. He's definitely standing up. He's standing. I think Austin.
No, right. He moves and then he gets right here and then now he doesn't move at all. He's just turning. So he could have been. Either
He's
way,
moving too quick to be.
Austin got a fucking.
Are am I
angle
fucking
on him.
faded? He's standing up, looking left and right, strafing. Duarte, what the fuck are you saying?
I don't know. I can't tell from the map, but either way,
and he got shot in the back.
He was in a creddy, and Austin got a good angle on him. So I mean, good play by him. He'll never play that spot again, though.
Terrible play from Boston. You got two players playing off angles, and the Cammy's back is exposed. Terrible setup. I don't know what the comms were. Horrible. They should have been tied up at 4. Instead, Carolina, they go up 5-3, and they end up closing that one out. Just a big mistake coming in from the Boston breach there. But other than that, I didn't have too much on the series. Just the no rotations in the hard point, some misplays in the search. The control was honestly pretty clinical for Carolina. Other than that first round with Cammy 1v5ing, I mean, it was really, really good plays coming in from Carolina today. You guys have any other final thoughts here with the Boston breach in Carolina? I don't know what the matchups are looking like moving on. Ben, if maybe you want to take a look at that, see who these guys are playing moving forward. But good series today for Carolina. They looked a lot better today than they did yesterday, so got to give them their credit.
Carolina's got Optic in Minnesota and Miami, so a pretty fun set for them. 1-1, but still some work to do. Boston have 4 matches ahead of them. Optic in Vancouver next week, and Thieves in LAG. So if Optic is turning it around, we'll talk about them in a sec. This could be a little tricky for Boston.
Yeah, it's getting to that time of the year. These matches matter a lot. People are very, very close in points. But Carolina, good W for them. Any other final thoughts, guys? Pat, Sam, Duarte?
No.
All right.
Let's move on to the next shellacking, Tom.
Oh, man. The one everybody's been waiting for. Chelly said the drop shot scene. He proceeded to drop almost 50 on a map number 1. Let's switch on over. We got the Optic Texas going up against the Vancouver Surge, and this one wasn't even close. It was a green wall masterclass. You had a Skyline hardpoint, 250 to 159 there. Optic winning by about 100 points there. 6-3 in the Hacienda S&D and 3-1 in the protocol control. What a series from Optic Texas. Is exactly what you want to see if you're an Optic fan. And then we'll scroll down here, take a look. Oh, Maron is at the top 2. Vancouver Surge. What a red carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, a .53 from Nasty today. He got shut down. Slayer, not happy about that after looking at his fantasy team. Then you got a Booza with a .66. You got 04 with a .89 and Neptune with a .99 on the other side. I mean, look at this. A green carpet, everybody cooking. You got a 1.28 from Dashi, a 1.38 from Hook, a 1.33 from Shotzi, and a 1.24 from Caesar, Skies, Bueno. Everybody from Optic doing their thing in the damage department. We'll scroll down, take a look here at the match MVP. It's going to be Ant Shotzi with a 1.5 in hardpoint, a 1.4 in search, and a 1.05 in control. What a series from Optic Texas. Pat, we'll go to you first, Pat. Optic Texas, they come out and they take care of Vancouver, who have been in the grand. How many times have they been in the grand finals? Every fucking time?
3 in a row.
3 in a row. These guys are in the grand finals, and Optic Texas come out and put their balls on the table. What did you think, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, so Vancouver has been in the grand final a lot, but this is what they look like in the grand final. So it's not like we haven't seen this surge before, right? Like this just looks like another grand final that they've been in. Unfortunately, it was just against Optic Texas today. But I do want to say, you know what this series really reminds me of? Like, it's eerily similar to me. It reminds me almost exactly when Falcons beat Optic. No bullshit. It almost is the exact same series to me.
Who's the Falcons in this scenario?
Optic, of course. I mean, like, this is a blip on the radar for me, Tom. I don't think this is going to be some game-changing series going into Major 4. I deeply, deeply regret putting Byron on my fantasy team.
Damn.
I mean, because it wasn't just today. This has been back-to-back now that he's just gotten world starred. Like, I drafted him round 2. He's had godlike series in the past. I'm like, all right, this might be his stage. You know, they've gotten fucking smoked in 2 grand finals now. there might be a wake up call for them. But no, I don't know what happened. But like I said, I'm out on Nasty. I'm subbing in Rex. And yeah, this Surge team just looked sloppy today. And I do want to echo what Chelly said. I thought it was a sloppy game one, Tom. I did. I think you had a fuck ton of kills go Optic's way. But other than that, I thought it was sloppy. But it was a good win. It was a good win overall. I mean, like they beat Surge. I just don't think this series is gonna matter much long term.
Wait,
I think
so
it's
you're
just
out on Nasty in a series that doesn't matter.
Yeah, like,
yes.
excuse
Well,
me?
no, not because of this series. He was asked their first match too. He was horrible.
Can I
He's
get a
been struggling.
verification on
He
that?
has been struggling a little bit. Nasty's been he's kind of, I think, maybe the last 2-3 matches. I
We've
mean,
only played 2.
we could take a look here. We could click on Nasty, see what's going
He
on.
was
here.
good.
He's been fantastic.
He was
so.
Bro,
fantastic on lane. It doesn't
0.7,
matter.
I don't know what's happening, but it's not
we don't
good
care
for my
about this
fantasy,
online
Tom.
shit, though, Pat.
No, I don't care about online. My fantasy though cares about online.
Gotcha.
And right now, I'm out on Nasty because I'm getting cooked in fantasy because of him.
As a
and only
GM,
him.
you're out.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Well, what about you, Duarte? We'll move on to you. What did you think of the series, Duarte?
I'm not going to overanalyze it. Optic came in, they took care of business, they fried, they performed really well. So they just need to keep that going to make everyone start believing again. Shotzi, put his nuts on the table, and he showed Surge why he owns like multiple properties. So good on
Absolutely.
Shotzi, good on Optic. On the Surge front, at the end of the day, they played like shit. But I don't think this is going to be indicative of the rest of their split or maybe
Think it's a blip
how
on the
they
radar,
play.
Chris?
In terms of for Surge, yes, but I think this is a great sign for Optic. Optic need to keep this going. They got some confidence. They beat a team that was in the grand finals. They took care of them handily. So hopefully that transitions to them, playing better because they did say scrims and stuff like that did go well. It's not indicative of their actual like team performance. Yeah, it hasn't transitioned to matches, but I mean, if they can keep this going, great. I want to see this team do good. It's always good when they're at near the top. But for the Surge one, I think they still need to work on Search. Search has been quietly one of their maybe not best game modes. I think their hard
Their
points
control is dog shit.
it's their control.
They're 18. They're 1-18 in control.
And their control.
rounds.
And their control. Their hard point's been really good. Their S&D and control has been
Brother, they are 1-18
not the best.
in control rounds in their last series.
Yeah.
Was
What
that
they've
one
been
round
doing
today?
with
From today?
Yes.
That is insane. What the hell?
They were 9-4 in Search last stage. I think the bigger problem is the control has been an issue, and against these better Search teams now, they're struggling to win S&Ds because I think people are figuring out how these guys kind of play like super ratty in S&D, and they're kind of starting to figure them out. So I just think they need to evolve their gameplay a little bit more. Like they can't rely on just taking 2 hard points on people, and also that potentially, and I'm not saying it happened, but potentially they had their window. They didn't capitalize, and now other teams are caught up. And they may just kind of fall
Also, I kind of want to just I want to make this clear. When I say they need to work on their Search, they need to work on improving it against the teams that they're like competing against. Because when they're playing Thieves and when they're playing FaZe, their S&D is not the best. That's like going to be their weakest. That's going to be their like Achilles heel. Yeah, sure, their record is really good against pretty much everyone else in the league, but it should be. They're like a far better team than most. But if they want to like be able to like take care of these teams and especially make runs in grand finals, yeah, their control and their Search is going to have to be at the top of their game because not only are they just getting shit on finals, but their hard points been their like only like saving grace against these top teams. So, but yeah, Optic, good for them. I'm happy for them.
What did you think, Sam? What did you think of the series? Is this a new look to Optic Texas? Are they going to be able to keep this going, Sam? What do you think?
I have no idea if they're going to be able to keep it going or not. I hope so. It'd be fun to watch to have another decent team. But yeah, I think you guys kind of touched on everything. The main thing I really want to bring up was just like the decision making on Optic today. Yes, they obviously dropped 1-3s across the board and just like absolutely shit on them. Sure, you could win gunfights, but I thought that like what they were actually doing on the map was like far better than we've seen for multiple months at this point. And in specific, I've been pretty hard on him just from like the clips and stuff when they've been struggling. And I think today he was making really good plays, and I think he was playing his life in situations where previously he would have thrown it away. So I thought I want to give Ann his flowers today for sure because I think he towed that line really well. And obviously, again, they were winning every gunfight. So yeah, I think Optic played a clean series today. Hopefully they can keep it up going forward. And again, this was basically champs for them. This series right here was basically their qualification. So I hope they can keep it up. In Vancouver, again, I wouldn't harp too much on it. These guys are a great team. They've been a great team for a while now. So hopefully they don't start to spiral off of a couple shitty series here.
Yeah, I mean, Sam, when you make the right play, right, and you do the fundamentals, the kills come, right? That's why everybody's got 1.3s, right? The game probably just feels easier, and that's what happened today with Optic Texas. We'll go into the first map. Shotzi nearly had 50 in this one. Let's tune into the listening with Optic Texas. We've critiqued their comms before. Let's see if they sound any different here today.
Long. Still got long.
Yeah, I'm one shot there. Probably still coming out of ult. I'm on streaks. I have your help at ult. In the back. One shot Buta. One shot of Buta. Buta, one shot.
You spawn? Spawn there. We're good.
I'm picking a break.
Oh, it's a summon, dead.
Nice. 5-3.
That's
settled, 1 HP.
You just get him.
That's settled, 1 HP.
What's up, Tell me the Buta done.
Yo, make sure we block off spawn.
We should be good.
Yo, watch your around and block.
One there, top cat right now, aping it. He's up.
Top end. We'll get top short after that. Top short.
Let's shoot. I got him, stay down. I have a short.
Stay down.
Towards fucking rich.
On the right.
I'm blocking boys.
Block. I'm ready to push up. Yo, alright. One guy's spawn up at
my
A.
short.
Buza's running out single, guys. Single.
I'm short.
Alright, one is their top mid.
Stay down from you. Another one top. Top. Gun nasty. Top nasty.
Yo, one more top short.
One more top. Chow time.
Catch, I think maybe.
Stay down. Watch right, coach.
We're good.
Single bed.
Alright, listen, bottom flying.
An incredible search there from
That's going to do it for the listening with Optic Texas. What'd you guys think?
I hear Ant.
Yeah.
He did
And
good.
Kyler directing flow. Brandon was saying he was blocking, which immediately gave them the green light. They were putting fucking belt ass in bedroom. They sounded amazing, and that was with Skies not talking in the listening. Yeah, so I mean, there goes the show when your comms are on point. Everything gets covered. They looked great.
Yeah.
To be fair, Caesar was there. I think his microphone.
Yeah. I know. I'm saying you couldn't hear him.
I'll say
People might not get the joke, but go ahead.
comms, and this has always been the case, bro. This Optic team could have comm like this all year.
Yep.
Right? It's not like you don't learn how to comm.
Comms are purely effort.
Yeah, it's pure effort. This team has been lazy for months, bro. If I'm an Optic fan, I'm enraged, right? Like, why is my team fucking lazy for 4 months? Just pure laziness. Because that's all it is effort. It's putting in effort. They put in no effort until today. I haven't seen this team put in any effort until today.
It's definitely effort,
if I'm an
but
Optic fan, which I'm not, I'd be livid, Tom.
It's definitely effort, but at the same time, bro, like you have to know what kind of information you need to deliver, and you have to be able to kind of like actually do it in game. Yeah, they definitely, you could say they maybe didn't put in effort, but at the same time, learning how to deliver efficient communication is a skill. And sometimes when your team is struggling and you're so heavily focused on how to fix your own gameplay, something is going to lack. And for them, it's probably their communication. If they can finally get into a point where they're confident in their decision making and how they're influencing the map, they can start directing and giving communication to each other. That's going to like enable everybody. I wouldn't say it's fucking laziness. I just think it's something that they had to learn how to do on this game, and especially with all the team changes, it's like you're basically having to learn how to do it all over again.
These guys are rookies.
What you're describing
doesn't matter, bro.
What you're describing to me is absolutely nowhere near superstar behavior. I mean, I've known that for a while.
All right, Pat's basically trying to rage bait, but
I'm not rage baiting. I'm being dead
I see both ends of the spectrum here. I'm not ignorant.
Behave the way you're explaining this, bro. Oh, they had to relearn how to fucking try? What are we talking about?
It's not even that. They're also like going from a dynamic with Kenny, where Kenny's taking care of a lot of the brunt and like direction, to basically playing with Skies and learning a completely different style.
They've literally said for months that they're frying in scrims, and they just couldn't replicate their scrim gameplay in matches. And then we watched them in matches, and they got no fucking effort.
I mean, I'm a part of chat when Pat starts talking.
I mean, I can't just say they're not trying, and you can't say that either, because they're definitely trying, bro. They're not trying to lose on purpose.
I can tell you with absolute certainty, the level of effort in this listen-in compared to every listen-in I've heard for them the last 4 months was not even comparable. So if it's not if it's not trying, if it's not effort, then what do you call that?
You're also seeing a team in flow, because to say that, like, for example, you go to Thieves listen-ins and then Thieves listen-ins in the finals and stuff like that, you really think that it was just an effort thing as to why their comms are?
Thieves have great comms and get shit on.
Sometimes you just have to get in flow and like get it to click, and once everything's clicking, everything about your gameplay, whether it's your decision making, communication skills, everything just gets elevated to its biggest potential.
If you're only a good team when you're in flow, you're not a good team. Period.
I guess. Sure. Why not? I'll let you have it, because I'm not gonna.
What do you think? So you think people maybe have bad habits sometimes? They gotta practice, and like, do you think comms is something that you could practice?
Yeah. I mean, I was dog shit in Vanguard because I didn't know how to call out and be good at the game at the same time. Like at the beginning when I was horrible on LET, like I was trying to learn how to like step into that role and also like not go double negative. Yeah. So it is an acquired skill, but also you do have to put forth some level of effort to like actually call out what they're supposed to be calling out. You know what I mean?
But they had that skill last year. They won chance.
Yeah. It's a different game though. You like we remember how we were talking
learning
about
how to call out is
no. I'm saying. Do you remember how we said that this team doesn't know how to play Black Ops 6 like earlier in their season? Like their style of game.
What does that have to do with call out?
Well, yeah, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's like if they're struggling to like play the game efficiently and make good decisions, you really think they're going to be able to communicate efficiently what to do on the map if they don't even know what the fuck they're doing themselves?
They should be able to communicate.
I thought you were Captain Hindsight. You might be Captain Goalpost, yo.
No.
Wow.
No,
they need to be able to, even if they're not good at the game, objectively speaking, they still should be communicating their game plan and what they go over in practice to a higher degree than what they have been, for sure. Even if they're not like frying or if they're not like the best team in the world, they still should be communicating what they need to be doing based on their scrims infinitely better than they have.
I got a DM from somebody. I got a DM from somebody. Pat baiting. No. Nice and short. Man. Nice and short. And it's somebody that knows Pat very, very, very well.
I'm going to put my mortgage that is Damon Karma Barlow.
Damon Barlow. It's got to be Damon.
It's got to be Damon, bro.
Chris doesn't even get DMs, bro. He just makes it up.
There's no way that's
what?
That's Damon Karma Barlow.
I'll put my entire
Ben, what about
Chris
you?
never gets DMs, bro.
Ben, do you have a hard time commenting in the middle of games? Or was that never a problem for you?
My comms are not that good, to be honest, but listen. I see where you both are coming from. I think for Optic, it sucks that it's now or never for them. I think you're right, Pat, that like I don't know why it's taking this long for them to like execute like the basics that you expect of a professional, especially event-winning professionals. But I agree with Chris that like it's taking them long to adapt. And look, if this is like their level now, if they can consistently like get impact from their star players every series, these guys will start getting top 8 at tournaments. But I just want to see a little bit more from them. I mean, this is Caesar's best series since literally the first match of the season, where he dropped 107 kills.
This is probably all of their.
They also gotta be able to do this when they're playing a team that is like giving them a fucking like a run for it. You know what I mean? This is a blowout series where the other team was giving them nothing. We can't act like they're gonna do this to every team. If they do, holy fuck, like by all means. But if they're playing a team like Thieves or FaZe or any of these other teams that are gonna give them a run for their money and have closer games, now we need to see that communication in order to rally back, and also the players on the team that struggle to make decisions make those decisions consistently. So great signs for them, but we'll see how it goes.
Yep, we'll see what happens. I do want to take a look though at the S&D as well. The map 2 here. We're going into the 2v3 round. This was an opportunity for Vancouver to tie the game up at 3. They get the B bomb down. 4v4 retake for Optic, but take a look how Vancouver plays this. They all give up rock. And
this reminds me of Dealership.
Yeah, it does a little bit, right? Because they have to overchow now to get eyes on sight, kind of like Dealership. And look what Vancouver does. They try and call the cars. They're playing Rocket League. They're trying to use cars to get info, but they completely give up the sight here. I mean, that play is just not good for Vancouver, no, guys? I mean, they got to hold sight, in my opinion.
Maybe they backed off because they have a trophy on site. I don't know. That was just
what they just did. What they just did is the equivalent to them having control of Rock Hill on hardpoint and then running out of the site to retake it. Like what?
Yeah. I don't really understand what the play call was here, because look, you can see nobody's on site. They completely give it up, and then 0-4 are able to get a first. But that's another thing. 0-4 pushes and gets a blood. Where the hell is everybody else? Why are they all sitting back? What are they doing?
Did they get naded?
Guys, I think there's a simple explanation for this.
Okay.
And
okay.
I hate to say this because I'm gonna come off as a massive dick, Well, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys after the first map were just a little bit gun shy. That they were a little bit scared of scamming, of making mistakes.
How is a team that's gone to the grand finals 3 events in a row scared to take a chow?
Because they've gone 0-8 map count in those 2 fucking series, and they got slam map 1. And they lost yesterday too, by the way. So they're definitely coming in frustrated. I just think like the way that they were playing today, you saw the way that how cruddy they were playing, how slow they were playing. Like I think today, especially in the middle and by the end of the first map, I think they were gun shy. And 0-4, I'm not surprised because he's got balls in search, but I mean, it's day 1 not to back up on that bomb.
I mean, Benji, here's the thing.
It's impossible to check it, bro.
It happens again, too,
Benji.
I mean, Benji, it happens again. Look, now it's 3-4. Vancouver can tie it up at 4, right? This is either 4-4 or 5-3, right? It's a big difference. It's a big round for Vancouver. They get the bomb down B again. This time they played a little bit differently. They have 1 guy watching pinch, 2 guys staying on rock, but Neptune tries to make a play through middle, and he gets caught slipping. Hook sniffs him out. Once they sniff him out, they use their numbers, and they collapse, and they get broken yet again. What you think about the post play here from Vancouver this time around? What'd you guys think?
I mean, I think it was a better attempt. Abuza gets picked and Nep gets red.
Do you guys think Neptune's doing too much? Like
no.
So you think him running through bottom middle instead of just like challenging Hall or like shouldering Hall and then running away?
I mean, he could have. I mean, that's just pure hindsight. He could have gone Hall. He could have gone bottom mid. I think it's fun.
Honestly, going down low is a pretty safe play. The fact that Hook read that is
that was a crazy
really fucking good. Because most
Neptune
of the time,
late playing that in general is a good play though.
Yeah, late playing is good.
And if anything, if like for example, if anybody else would have probably just stayed in the window and shouldered both long and bottom secret, but they didn't have anybody there. So once Neptune saw no one in the window, he just runs out and then he just catches bad timing.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a bad play.
Caesar Skies gets a nice pick here onto Abuza as well. You see him on a mini map number 7. He's Bowhouse right now. Abuza gets caught slipping. He gets his wig peeled.
That's a BO4 angle right there.
Yeah, it is.
I like that.
That's a great aim from Caesar right there to find a pick onto Abuza, because that was a big kill as well. If Abuza's able to find one their side or just even stay alive rock, then might have been doable for him. But great read from Hook. Great pickup from Caesar. Good shots there. And again, just another clinical retake from Optic Texas. I like how they're waiting for each other and kind of working the map together as a unit. And I like how they're not rushing anything, right? Like they took their time. They caught Neptune slipping. They chowed together. Overall, just great plays from Optic. They looked great today. Teamwork looked like it was on point. And then, of course, we get into the control. I just want to show the 1-1 round, because this was just clinical from Optic Texas. I'm actually going to start it right from the break off because this round was quick. The Optic Texas did the quick B here off the rip. It was Hook and Shotzi who make plays through low, and then as soon as they get those 2 kills, I mean, they don't waste any time here. They get onto that B site as fast as possible. And you can see Vancouver, they start to panic. I mean, these guys haven't won. Sam, I didn't realize they only won 1 round out of the last 19 rounds.
Yeah, their last 6 controls, they have 1 round win. It's definitely a weak spot for them right now. Was it FaZe on this map that just like really popularized this B break off?
Yeah, it was. FaZe started doing it. I mean,
team's got to start playing for this, bro. Everyone has stolen this. This is like the normal break off now. We have to see counter adjustments as just like a default.
How did the guy? Can we see how they get on?
0-4 runs out bottom mid instantly and dies. He like chows the boat right away and then just instantly dies.
Yep. 0-4 chows boat. He dies. Hook takes care of him. Then Shotzi wins the 1 coming through spiral. And then I like how Hook and Shotzi just get on the point instantly. Yeah. And then as soon as they get on the point, I mean, Abuza, he solo pushes. I think Vancouver maybe could have waited for each other a little bit.
I think Abuza kind
of. I mean, they just gotta be aware of the pressure. Like they had 2 players go top mid. They see nothing. Like off the rip, if they get control P4, like that's fine.
They had 2 guys go computers.
One guy play spiral. One guy get on the computer and watch across the site and just play like a setup and just trap them and get information.
I think the bigger problem is that Abuza was there to get a trade and got 0. Like I think they got the info the guys were going B, and Abuza, we saw was kind of finessing around gun. He just couldn't find an angle to get a kill.
Yeah, and you see the transition, right? The transition from Optic was phenomenal. They get all the kills. Vancouver tried to push through B, and they get funneled. They collapse, and then Optic, they do a great job. Dashi went massive this round. Dashi found a lot of kills in this round. Just going big in the middle of the map with the aims, with the Yamis, just picking up kills left and right. And I mean, what a clinical offense from Optic Texas.
The decision making in this series compared to the last couple weeks that we've seen them is actually night and day. It's fucking crazy, bro. Everyone was playing their lives. The comms were obviously insanely improved from the listen that we heard. Like, there's so many situations in like these respawns where we've seen where they'll just like run off the point in the past or like try to make a crazy hero play when it's not needed, but they just made every single simple play that was in front of them in team shot, and like it was fucking perfect.
You remember the play? You remember the player when Brandon was top fucking trips and they were all still squaring with mid? Like, yeah,
I just think
night and day.
For them, like this is a standard. It's just making sure that when they play a team that, you know, one of the better teams, even though I think Vancouver's good, but like a team that, you know, all 4 players are shooting well and the other side is given A+, are they going to play this way or are they going to go back to making the same level of mistakes that we saw prior?
Wait, that's the key question. They bitched Vancouver, bro. We're not going to sit here and say that like we have to look at how they're playing against a team that's all playing well.
No.
I know what Ben's saying.
I'm not saying that.
When they're facing, go ahead.
Just to be clear, I don't think Vancouver played that good today. For what it's worth, I think Optic played it incredible. But for Optic, this is your standard. You just got to make sure that, you know, against a team it's going to make them out mixy and you're at 250, 240 hard point. You decide getting 250 because recently been decided getting 240 in those.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, this is a very, very good win. Like, we're like, I don't want to make excuses for Vancouver playing poorly and like Optic just like capitalizing. Like they bullied the fuck out of them.
Yeah,
and like with how hard we've been on Optic and the community as a whole, like this is just a good ass win to get as your first match for stage 4.
What Ben's just saying is that like he doesn't think this is going to happen to every team that Optic plays.
Oh, yeah.
If it does,
this is LAT. This is fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, if they're dropping 1-3s against everybody.
No, I agree with that for sure.
Vancouver fell off. They need a roster change.
I agree. They got complacent after making finals.
I just think for Vancouver, this is just a bad weekend for them. I mean, that FaZe series was just gritty. We went 2 all points, one lost control of the S&D. Again, this one, I felt like the search was a little bit off. I mean, the searches against FaZe were very clinical on the FaZe side. I think they really got to clean up this.
No?
I guess I mean,
you're talking about like
if you count.
You're talking about the event as
finals.
Yeah, they got rolled in finals.
Well, they got rolled in finals at the previous event. I think the thing for Vancouver is just
Vancouver got slaughtered in this last round as well.
You guys been a part of this. You guys been a part of this, bro. Like eventually, especially if you have a differentiating play style from people, like once there's enough tape on you, people get enough scrims, like they start to learn how to play against. You start to learn their spots, start to learn their timing.
This team has to get better at control. That's 100%. What they need to do. Like being 1-18 as one of the best teams in the league is like actually inexcusable in the mode. Like it's very difficult to close series with advantage when you're just not good at control, bro. We've seen it year in and year out. And look at LAT and FaZe, they're the 2 best control teams, and it's not even fucking close.
Yeah.
Like if you have the ability to close with advantage, you're like obviously that's a great attribute to have. But if you're a good team or a great team with a weak map 3, you're just gonna let these guys hang around, or you're gonna get closed out like they did today. So
I just
they got to work on that for the stage.
For Vancouver, the tough thing with their control map pool is like, I think they are not willing to play protocol against like your FaZes or your Thieves, like the really elite protocol teams. So it was vault square ups when they were like going on that honeymoon and they were winning those vaults, but then they stopped winning those vaults. Now they're trying Hossie and they've gotten blown away in a couple Hossies. So like they got to figure out either Hossie or get vault back up in shape so they have a chance.
If I'm Surge, I'm happy because the control spawns are changing literally on their new patch, so it's going to shift the way the map is played.
When are they switching to it?
It should be this week.
After this week, yeah.
Or it should be this next coming week, yeah.
All right. Anybody else got any final thoughts with Optic Texas and Vancouver Surge? Great series from Optic. They came out to play today. Any other final thoughts?
If you guys are curious what matches they have coming up, Optic have 4 left. Boston and Carolina next week. LAG and Toronto. They play this standard. Those guys are making winners bracket. And then on the Vancouver side, give me a second to
Did
pull
someone
that
just
up.
fart and shit their pants?
I heard a fart. Absolutely.
I heard that too, bro.
Somebody just shit. Did
Chris,
somebody
did you just rip
shit?
ass?
Somebody's rip ass.
Who the fuck just
Damn,
shit
they
their
picked up my
pants?
fart on my mic?
Damn,
Yo, you
Duarte,
just
Duarte,
ripped
did
ass,
you just
brother.
rip ass on the show, Duarte? Did you
I
just
thought it
rip
was
ass?
someone's chair, but
Yeah, my mic is sensitive, dog.
Oh, that shit was
the
loud as
holy
shit.
shit.
What the fuck?
Just that was loud as shit, Duarte. Fuck.
That's hilarious.
Fuck.
hell.
Vancouver have,
That's crazy.
so Vancouver 0-2. I think they'll still make winners bracket, but Boston, Toronto, Minnesota, you would think they can find minimum 2 wins from that, but if they lose
Vancouver?
next 2, yeah, Vancouver, maybe they don't make winners bracket. Well, shall see. Or maybe they make winners
be
bracket and they're going to play FaZe or Thieves winners round 1. You never know, so.
Yeah, I think if Optic, as long as they keep coming out how they came out today, they should be okay. I think that was the biggest win for Optic, right? Come out, beat Vancouver, right?
Again, bro, that probably got them champs right there. That win.
No bullshit. Definitely a good way to start off the champs race here for Optic Texas. But any other final thoughts, guys, before we move on to the last series of the day, which was also another upset.
There's another series?
I had a lot of protein. I'm sorry.
Sam, is there another
Do you
series?
need to go to the bathroom before we check?
No, I'm good. It was all air.
Chris, you're good.
I think he already shit himself, Slay. I think he already went to the bathroom. But let's move on to the last series of the day. Sam, I don't know if you noticed, but Miami Heretics took down LA Thieves today, 3-2. This one goes all the way down again to another map 5, round 11. We start
calling him Duforte.
That's insane. That's it. Duforte's insane. Duforte's insane.
Forte.
Calling him Duforte.
Red card, hard point. Start things off. This was a weird series because LA Thieves just smoked Miami in the first map. Wasn't even close. 250 to 125. Then we had a close S&D, 6-4 Hacienda Surge. That goes Miami's way. They tie it up at 1. LA Thieves, obviously very good at control. 3-1 in the vault control there. Then we get to the Hacienda hard point. That one wasn't even close, but it was Miami who won that one, 250 to 137. So both hard points very lopsided in this one. And then, of course, the rewind S&D, where Miami were able to close it out in round 11. I think the S&Ds were obviously the catalyst here. I think that was the biggest thing in this series. So we're going to take a look at a few rounds there. But great plays coming in from Miami. We'll take a look here at the stat sheet. We got a 0.81 from Envoy, a 1.13 from Dan Ghosty, a 1.07 from Hydra, and a 1.03 from Scrap. On the other side, we got a 0.92 from Metals, a 0.91 from Real, a 0.9 from ROKKR, and a 1.31 from Super today. I think during the interview, somebody asked him, I think it was Ali, asked him, well, what's your ritual? What's your routine? And he said to just sit as far away as possible from your monitors. Just sit really far back from your monitor and just let the rest unfold. Match MVP's got to be Super. There's no way. Let me see. Okay, let's see who it is. Yeah, it is Super with a 0.98 in hard point, a 3.11 in search, and a 1.21 in control.
3.1?
Yeah,
2 S&Ds?
He got 8 kills in search.
He was 12-5 in a map 2, and he was 16-4 in
Yeah.
a map 5.
He had 28 kills in S&D.
Who is this guy feeling like? Sam, we'll start with you. What the fuck?
Dude,
This guy Super is insane.
I love it, bro. I actually love it. Granted, L never feels good, but I love watching Miami play, bro. I'm so happy this team has picked this guy up and where they are right now. Their search has looked fucking unbelievable since they made the roster change. They had like a minor falter a little bit at the major in the mode, but I mean, I think they might be undefeated online or maybe 1 loss online. Dude, Super's fucking unbelievable. The kid's insane. Yeah. I can't talk highly enough about him. But this was, after all, a tactical loss, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot go undefeated in the stage and win the major. So you know what? We just got it out of the way early, man. We gave Miami a little bit of dope, and we just got to go to major 4 with 1 loss on the board. It is what it is, man. It's a formality, chat. It's a formality.
What do you think, Pat? You go next. Do you think this is a calculated loss for the LA Thieves?
Calculated, absolutely, bro. Listen, they couldn't afford to go undefeated. It's just not good when that happens. And I think this was the best team to have a calculated loss against. So I'm in full agreement with Sam here, Tom. I'm not worried. Obviously, Super played phenomenal. I do have regrets not drafting him for my fantasy team. But, yeah, this was calculated.
Yeah, very calculated win here for very calculated loss here for the LA Thieves. Benjay, what about yourself? What'd you think of the series? Miami come out, they win both searches, get the job done. What are your thoughts?
I thought it was a fun series. I think for Thieves, just the attention to detail, the situationals in search today were just not there. And Miami had been a team that, since they picked up Super, just really exploit teams.
Do you have their online S&D record, Ben? Not
Thieves?
off, but no, Miami. Do you know it?
Like with Super?
Yeah.
I don't think they've lost.
So it would be stage 3
I don't think
now.
they've lost online. I'll double check.
Bro, that is fucking insane. I'm pretty sure they haven't, or maybe like 1 L online in search. But I think that online they lost like maybe 2.
I don't think they have an L online.
Bro, they have been fucking insane.
I'm scrolling through. I don't think so. I think they have been undefeated in that game mode. I just thought the attention to detail for Thieves in search today was just was not what was required. I think the map 1 started great, and you felt like maybe the 3-0 was in. And the control is obviously always a check mark for Thieves. I think Miami, it's they're not a game where they're necessarily going to win against Thieves. The map 4 is really perplexing to me, though. I don't, know if that was just a case of like sometimes the Hossie gets away with you from you in like the first 3 minutes, and you're down 90 points, and it's kind of hard to chase a big lead like that.
Well, they're down 100 in the first 2 hills.
It was like 92-3 or some shit, right?
Yeah, Miami had
a very
such
hard map.
They had such a good start. Like Miami just put them in a blender right away.
They were chasing the game the whole time, and Rancor and Super were putting their fucking nuts on the table.
Yeah, they were.
I'll say this for Thieves. They had a majority of first bloods. They tied in first bloods in the first S&D, and they had a majority of first bloods in the second map. They had actually 8 first bloods. If they scam these 4v3s tomorrow against FaZe, like they're gonna have another tough series.
Were they clean first bloods? Is there like a stat for that, or were they like in trades?
Rewind. It was like all mixed trades.
There
was a couple. There was a couple
that were clean, but there were a couple like insta trades. But
I probably like half of them.
I'll give my take after Ben.
Yeah, just finish my thought from Thieves. I think a little bit of a wake up call. They have a tough match tomorrow. 0-2 is not like impossible, or Thieves will rebound 1-1 week, and it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, my bad. You were gonna say anyways.
I was gonna bring it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, great win for Miami. They continue their search dominance. They look great in the hacienda, and they just got to work on that control if they want to beat this team, or like get more consistent with beating this team in the future. But I think this is a better loss for Thieves. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they were actually adapting to Miami. They were adapting to Miami's like S&D game quite a lot, especially to the later half of that rewind. In a lot of their like man down scenarios, they weren't rushing like bombs. They were like splitting the map and like waiting for Miami to group up and retake something. And it was almost catching Miami off guard a lot. And I feel like for Thieves, it's good that they lost them and kind of got more experience playing against this new Miami roster in that game mode, because not only is it going to teach them to kind of play against this team, but it might give them some more tools to use in the future, because they've been pretty good at search, and this is maybe the only team that has a kind of a leg up on them in that game mode, being the best S&D team we have right now. But yeah, I mean, that search and destroy, that final one was insane to watch, and Thieves almost won it. It came down to so many like 1v1s, even when Miami had advantage.
1v3,
but good
holy fuck. Yeah. He went -17, but he had what, one in the Hossie search. He had a 1v2 well, and then the 1v3 round 10. In this one, or like the game 5, bro, holy fuck.
Yeah, I'm actually mind blown. Like I know Miami is very good at search and reading the map, but like that people haven't caught on.
Slow-mo. Look at this prick. He's got it in slow mo. Look, he's missing. He misses. He's missing.
I wish we could see how many shots he hit, because if he got double headshot cheese, that'd be insane.
Look, first bullet, miss.
He hit him. He's got a hit marker. He's hitting.
See, look how dog shit this sub is. He's not even shooting him.
He's hitting his head. He's hitting him in the head.
No, pause it on that first bullet. You're telling me that's a hit marker? Yeah, the sub is busted, bro.
I'll show you right now. I'll show you.
This sub is fucking busted.
No, it's cock.
Wait, also, Sam, do you want to know how busted the AR is?
Look.
No. Listen. I'm gonna tell you how busted this sub is. In the close range, if both teams or both players hit the same amount of bullets, yeah, the sub's gonna win. But if the sub misses one bullet, the AR wins every single time. And then that's up close. One bullet is all you need to miss for the AR to win. And then if the AR is anywhere outside like 12 meters, the AR wins every single time without fail. And it could kill in 4 bullets. It can kill faster, even faster than it already does.
I don't know. Suddenly I'm deaf.
Does the AR kill in less bullets and shoot faster than the submachine gun, Duarte? Yes or no?
After 12 meters, yes. And if you get headshots, it kills faster at every range.
Unbelievable. Unfucking
Jack has better handling. You can mid sprint anyone you want.
I mean, this is just crazy.
You can literally mid sprint anyone. I don't care.
You have ergonomic grip in this game. Every gun can sprint out.
Look at Metals. Look at me. It's Superman. Somehow Metals is flying out the window and finds a win here in his 2. Look at him. He jumps out the window, soaring through the air, and takes off Dan Ghosty's head. Look, down goes Dan Ghosty. Took his wig off. What a shot for Metals there in his round in the 2v2 situation. Miami were able to close this one out here after he wins that big fight there. I thought Dan Ghosty, that was a free pick for Dan Ghosty. And he ends up getting taken down, and of course they slide the corner, and Miami are able to close it out. I mean, what a play there for Metals. What a shot there. Metals has been playing a lot better, bro. He's been really good the last few matches for Miami. And we've talked about Metals becoming more consistent. He's even taken accountability in interviews like, yeah, no, I definitely want to try and be more consistent and, kind of find his way and work on some things. And I mean, I've definitely seen an improvement in Meadows' gameplay and decision making. I don't know if you guys agree with me on that, but I think Meadows has been unbelievable.
His last literally, I think 4 matches into the major, and now the series he played today, he's been great.
He's had one bad series,
yeah,
he's been bad
really
series the whole time since Super joined.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of these rounds here. Talk about a crazy ending. We're here in the round 9. We're tied up at 4. LA Thieves here in a 2v3 situation here. We'll kind of see how to
look how Doe adjusts. He reads the 4-hit coming, and he just plays deep.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he knows exactly what's
I feel
going
like the group on this map is kind of troll. I don't know if that read is off, but like I love the way Miami plays search on this game. But like I feel like grouping on rewind can like almost bite you in the ass with how easy it is to get picks and get away.
Yeah, maybe, but I still like that Thieves learned from this. I'm telling you, because once they saw one, they just knew everyone was there, so they just repositioned every time, and it almost bit them in the ass here.
I can't believe Thieves lost this round. This was crazy. So Dan finds a kill. He makes it a 2v2 situation. But take a look what happens next as I fast forward it. Dylan's got bomb checks. He sees nobody's on the bomb. 20 seconds left to go, right? All they got to do is just have one guy check and one guy stay alive, right? Dylan checks the bomb right there. As soon as Dylan checks the bomb here, I don't know why Dan's even challenging. I mean, he shimmies, he checks bomb, he shoots him on bomb, Super gets off of it, 14 seconds left, just hide and check at 7 or 8, whatever. But Dan chows, he dies, Metals runs it down to Dylan Envoy, he dies, and Miami were somehow able to close this round. That's a big round for Miami. Sam, I see you with your hand on your head. I mean, what happened?
Don't worry,
here,
Dylan
Sam?
Envoy got us, man.
That was a big round, Sam.
That wasn't a fucking insane round. Super just made the read and just pushed off bomb.
I don't know why.
When did Dylan check the first time? How much time was left?
I don't think this is Miami. 15 seconds, Sam. Not even 14.
Yeah.
I think this is a LA Thieves troll. I don't.
Oh no, this is a troll for sure. But Super also makes a crazy read on Dan because Dan hasn't shot or been seen in a while.
Yeah, he does make a crazy read on Dan. He might be walling or something because I don't know.
I think he's hacking. I'm down.
We're calling hacks.
Listen, he plays so far away from his monitor, he's in third person in the game, bro.
Yeah,
he's fucking cheating.
There's something going on with this guy, Super. I'm just not fucking buying it. And then we go into
you think there's like a red box fucking monitor somewhere out of
He's got Dr. Lupo hacks, bro. It's just some bullshit.
Yeah.
Dr. Lupo hacks.
He's got the perfect play. He's got the perfect play queued up on his monitor, bro. Some bullshit.
And this is the 1v3 from Envoy.
This was unacceptable from Miami, though. Chasing this guy down like that.
What's the matter, Duarte? You didn't like that?
No, they should have just as soon as he got the first kill, just like plant. Like it's gonna take him a second to either wrap or reach out, and like he's either gonna reach out or he's gonna have to go gens if he wants to like kill the guy off the bomb. So play near the bomb, cover those 2 angles, then once you plant, get off the bomb and play the fucking 2v1.
Yeah, Dylan Envoy makes a great play. He's tagged. I think it's because he got tagged up. Right, ROKKR tries to chow him, and then Dylan just makes such a great heads-up play, gets himself tucked in the corner, uses the sub to his advantage in the close quarter combat, and he gets the W there. Just great plays from Dylan. He's been so clutch the last few matches. How many clutches has he gotten in the last 2-3 matches? It's been kind of crazy. And then we get to a round 11. This is how we ended the series. And we take a look here to see what happened. I think Scrappy just gets caught out here pretty early. Scrappy actually gets he gets pushed up into a good spot. Oh, no, I'm thinking of another round. I'm thinking of the round prior. But Miami, they end up just running at the B bomb site here. You can see it's Real trying to stay alive at a bomb. He's obviously getting pounced. He's tagged up. He's also by himself. I don't know how he survived there. He's able to live on that one, and he's able to get up out of there. But 3v3 situation, you can see what happens next. Miami, they start bouncing around. They start thinking about going towards that A site. And they're able to get that A site down. And then I don't know what happened, but ROKKR gets picked street. And then when ROKKR gets picked, Real, what a big trade, makes it a 2v2 situation. We'll just let it play out just to see how this ends here in the 2v2. You got Real on bomb. You got one guy playing on the outskirts. And we'll see how LA Thieves are able to retake this one. You got Dan Ghosty and Hydra going up against Real and Super. You see Real. He finds one, plays his life, gets the tags, and just great plays from Super. Get the W, close this one out. He drops 16 in this one. He's 15-4, and he clutches the 1v1 here at the end to get the job done. Just plays the time well, checks the bomb, nobody's on it, and Super gets the win. You can see how much it means to him. He's screaming like an animal. And Miami Heretics get the W against the LA Thieves. A clinical loss for the LA Thieves. Tactical loss for the Thieves. Any other final thoughts, guys?
Yeah, I got a thought, Tom.
Go ahead, Benjay.
Bottom 2 teams in the league in game 5s this year. LAG 1-5. LA Thieves now 3-7. So it's like the one blemish, maybe the one issue you can see as these series go on. They haven't had the game 5 ice this year in some big moments.
How many times have they gone game 5 prior to like stage 2? Because stage 1 was when we were saying their S&D was fucking horrific. How many of those times in stage? Yeah, so okay, yeah, 2 of them were against FaZe, and 2 of them were in stage 1. How many more?
It was actually it was 3 times against FaZe. They won 1 of them and lost 2 of them. And then they went game 5 against Optic and lost to Optic. Went game 5 against Miami and beat them. So, 1, 2.
So that's like fucking 4 or 5
3.
game 5s in stage 1.
They also won game 5 of Boston.
Was that stage 1?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, see that? Yeah, it's definitely a blemish, but a lot of them were in stage 1 when they were not good at search, and we were telling them they had to get good at search. So
yeah, but they went like 3-3 in those. The other game 5 losses since then, like of.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I was just curious. So
it's just again, it's a product of sometimes their situational sense, and you get a little bit sideways. You saw, like you said, series in Toronto, last stage. This one, they have FaZe tomorrow, so just gotta be on your P's and Q's and search against a FaZe team that's still struggling in hard play.
Yeah, tomorrow we got LAG versus Miami to kick things off. We got Cloud9 versus Toronto, and we got Atlanta FaZe versus LA Thieves. I'm actually excited to watch Cloud9 versus Toronto because Cloud9 looked good yesterday with their new squad. I want to see them against a better talent. So I'm excited to see how they match up against Toronto. And then, of course, we got 2 of the top teams going at it. We got Atlanta FaZe and LA Thieves going at it. That's going to be a good one. All the major winners from this year, so that should be a banger. I'll start things off with the first one. We were really bad in predictions yesterday. We got to get some predictions on the board, gentlemen. We got Miami versus LAG. I got Miami. Surely Miami wins this one tomorrow, right? I got Miami. Who do you got, Pat?
Miami, for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't bet against them after beating Thieves.
All right. What about you, Duarte?
I got Miami Heretics. I got Ultra, and I got Thieves.
Okay. Sam, Ben? Wait, Ben, did you go?
All the right teams.
All right. I got Toronto Ultra, and then I got FaZe. I got FaZe versus Thieves.
Boo.
You were asking me if I haven't gone yet?
Huh?
Bro, you just skipped over. It's all good. It's like the 3rd time in this episode you just skipped over me going through.
I just said Ben. Did I not say Ben? Go ahead.
Ben wants his moments to talk.
I didn't want to cut off Sam when he was mid speech. So I figured to come back around on it.
All right, it's okay, Ben. Go ahead.
No,
Ben.
it's all good. It's all good. I got Miami. I got Toronto 3-1. I got Thieves 3-1.
Okay, absolutely. Let's take a look at this clip coming in from the mods. Optic coach JP Krez reveals the PC both Kenny and Skies used had SSD failure. Kenny had a faulty PC.
They were setting my boy up.
Let's see. Let's listen.
You need a PC?
Yeah, because that one broke.
What about wait, which one broke?
The one I was telling you about. Dude, so we only have the 5 now.
The Ken Caesar one had a SSD failure.
I can't believe that they haven't updated the PCs in 4 fucking years.
4 or 5? One of the 2.
It's 8?
Yeah, they're from the Overwatch League.
Are they really?
Yeah, 2018.
Oh my God.
Nah, they were hoeing Ken.
You're telling me that they had this guy playing on the bullshit.
Bring him back.
No fucking way.
I've said this before, bro. Those PCs,
are these the white like Alienware stuff?
Yes.
They need to be swapped out.
The specs on them are good enough. It's just that they are
not anymore.
No. They're still good enough to get like 200, 240 on 1080p. The thing is, they've been so under maintained and in that dog shit case that has no airflow. And with the amount of time these players use them, the CPU and all that shit, it's like running at like 80 fucking degrees, like the whole time. Like they just don't do anything about it. I don't know why, but bro, I'm pretty sure you can't even overclock your RAM. And all that you do to overclock your RAM is go in the BIOS and click one button. It's not even an overclock.
Hold on. To be fair, to have this Spartan conversation from Malo, people should not be changing the default settings on those fucking PCs.
Oh no, I'm
for
not
integrity
saying they
reasons.
should. I'm not saying they should, but that is essentially a default setting. It's like
Duarte
it's
used to cheat and he plays with hackers.
No,
but I will say,
Chris is all too familiar with every facet of hacking in Call of Duty.
but I will say,
I think
I
not.
will say that like those PCs.
It's turning on XMP, bro. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we know what it's
you're not wrong,
called.
but like, listen, the issue is those PCs have been in use now for 3, if not 4 years. They're pretty much at the end of their life cycle. They should get replaced across the board. It's obviously going to be a check by somebody. I don't know if it's Activision, I don't know if it's EFG, but like that hardware is outdated and they need to upgrade. Also, the other thing is those PCs are also too fucking big, and it becomes a problem where you put them on stage. Like the space form factor of those PCs is also complete dog shit.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Benjay, you know what time it is, Benjay. You know what time
Absolutely,
it is.
Tom. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Are we get a PC check on Duarte or Dufarte?
We might need to.
There's been plenty, and they've all failed. I also play on console, by the way.
Now I'm starting to believe those banned tweets. Where you tweet out you got banned. Yeah, they might have been onto something.
No,
Never wrong.
I'm a protected Activision streamer.
Activision never wrong, just early, Pet.
No, I'm a protected Activision streamer. My boy Rob,
Lupo
he's got me.
was a protected fucking chess streamer.
He lied about lying. Let's look at Benjay Nassim as he steps up to the green. Slip is on. Looks like an absolute student as he looks to drain this pot, and he sinks the pot. Nice and easy, clinical.
Bang, Tom, bang.
Son of Benjay Nassim, he hits the power play today. He hits the pot. What can this guy do?
He's an animal.
This guy do?
He's an animal.
This guy Benjay could do anything, ladies and gentlemen. He can do anything. Guys,
Magnetized ball. Magnetized ball.
yeah, I don't know.
Magnetized ball,
Slayer's
okay,
calling
brother.
cheats. We're just not buying it anymore, man. We're just not buying this shit. But guys, that's gonna do it for us, man. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of The Flank. We'll be back tomorrow. We got more matches. We'll get another episode going, bro. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Anchor.fm/TheFlank. Check out audio sites that we're on. Go follow at The Flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials. ZooMaa.gg for the merch. And of course, join the community, the ZooMAFIA community. It's spotlighted to the top of the Flank Twitter, top of my Twitter. We're closing in on 24,000 people in there. So make sure to join the community if you haven't already, man. As always, take care. Brush your hair. And we'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank. Take it easy. Slowly. Ciao, ciao.